Todd Tool here. Hope you can hear me over the train. People are getting rid of some stuff. I don't know why. These are treasures. This table right here, top's a little soft on it, but you can probably put a new top on that. Those legs are good. Legs are sturdy. It has a drawer. Drawer works. It's all good. What else do we have in here? We got, I think that's a whole fishing pole right there. It's probably supposed to be longer, but I can use this. That's cool. This is a drainage hose to something. I could use that. Here's a garden hose. Even if the ends are bad or there's a hole in it, you cut it off. You put some new ends on it. There's just a lot of good stuff in here. You don't want to let things on the side of the road go to waste. You have a pickup truck, you put it all in there, you take it home. Hey y'all, Todd the Tool here. It's important to let you know when things don't quite work out the way you intended. Had one of those experiences today. So I apologize for not having a shirt on. Got mighty wet down in the basement from what I'm going to show you. But I did want you to know, I talked to one of my friends who's in the burlesque, and she said, at least in this state, you got to have, when you're in public, you got to have your nipples covered. So I put some of that black electrical tape on there. Really afraid of tearing that off at this point. That maybe was not the best thing. Probably should have got another shirt. So I'm going to switch this video off and make another one pointed the other direction and turn these babies on so we can see what's going on down here. All right. Okay, so I had this ordeal that I needed to. I guess the thing to show you is I was tiling the floor in here in the laundry room, so I removed all the everything that hooked up the washer and dryer there, but we still needed to have it in here temporarily until it got moved upstairs. So I just temporarily hooked up the old drain. And it's kind of out in the way, which is a problem, and we'll have to fix that. I knew that I was going to have to. But remember, if you remember that old twisted up hose thing that I pulled out of that trash pile, I thought that was going to work real good here. Just making it into this drain, because it was just going to be temporary, of course. And I taped it up with my electrical tape, and but there's probably, I guess, sometimes when people throw things in the trash, it's for a reason, because this tube just leaks everywhere. So it's just going to get water on these steps for a bit. I'm going to let the woman do this load of laundry, and then I'm going to go ahead and invest in some of this here PVC and plumb this up right. Even though it's a temporary job, we need to make it look a little bit more permanent. Hey everybody, Todd Tool here. I had a problem that did this floor in here in what's the laundry room, tiled it up, and put the washer and dryer back in place. And first thing that happened was washer started. Well, as we know, the washer started leaking back there on the way to the basement on the steps. But then it started leaking in here too. So what I did was I took off this panel right here and just used one of them little nut bolty things on my screwdriver drill and undid that. And if you've not done washing machine repair before, you're not going to know what you're looking at in here. And I've not, so I don't know what I'm looking at. But I took off this drain hose here because, it was leaking when it was draining, I think. So I took that off using these big floppy pliers and pinched that and pulled that off. And then there was another one up on top of here, and I pinched that up there and pulled that off. And when I stick my finger in here, I feel some water. So I'm not sure what this part is or what it does. it may be some sort of pump or something. It might be a good idea. It's all kind. I don't see if you can see in there. It's dark. Probably a good idea for me to look up parts of a washing machine and see what this is, and maybe ask about. There's some sort of tube up there. See when these leak, where they're likely to leak, and then I can check that, and then I can let you know. So I'll go watch somebody else's video about fixing a washing machine, and then I'll be able to do a better job showing you on my video how to do it.
Cool.
Hey y'all, we're on the woman's phone now because mine went dead.
As always.
I have, I don't remember what I showed you on my phone, but I took all these parts out, the pump, and it's, I think I showed you that it's belt driven. Anyway, I tested those in the sink, just ran water through them, and there weren't any leaks. Kind of hoping there would be, because that would be know where my problem was. So, but what I did was I just tilted this washing machine up precariously on my knee like this, and started. This is just going forever.
I just stepped on the fridge.
I think I'm bleeding. Anyway, I had to do this twice, attached to this pump, because I attached it the first time, and you've got to attach the pulley underneath first. You probably can't really see down there because it's underneath me. Anyway, I'm just going to put these bolts back in. The nice thing is, found all three of them, did not lose one at all. Hopefully I can get them all in. I'm going to hook up all the hoses back up. I tested those in the sink. They didn't leak either. Not looking too promising at this point, but I feel confident.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Todd the tool.
Why is that not going down?
Well, I'm looking at the floor here.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah.
Should two electrical plug-ins be sitting in water?
Are they in water?
Yeah, see, that's water.
No. There's this washing machine. It's all water in here, and they've got wires in here, so it must be safe.
All right.
Okay, this is messed up, so I'm gonna work on this some more. Thank you. Okay, back on my phone again. As you can see, no longer precariously on my lap. Instead, it just fell over on its face. I was able, after about 3 hours, to get two of these screws back in here. And unfortunately, down in there somewhere is the third one. And I've been reaching down and feeling it and seeing if I could find it, because it'd be good to put all three in there. But we might just have to go with the two for now and see what we get. So we'll say that two's going to be good. We'll put the back panel on, tilt that baby back up, and look at it while it's running. And like I said, probably should have done that to start with. Okay, so we have water running into the washing machine. Had to remember to turn the water valve back on, because that has to be on, of course. We got all that hooked up. I'm just going to sit down here on the floor, made sure to unplug all that electrical for if it starts flooding. Just going to get down here, try to get comfortable. Got this nice blanket here. And just going to watch with the flashlight and see what I can see up in here. And so far during the fill cycle, I seem to be fine, which I thought that was the case before. I think it was just the drain cycle. Let's see if maybe I can get up there and make it do that, because I don't want to take all day down here on the floor. So let's see. All right, and maybe we can just set that, adjust, I can't see it. Nope, I messed that up. Spin that back around, and is it spinning or draining? Okay, that's spinning, and now we're draining. Now I think we're draining. So I'm down here, and I do see the water. Well, son of a gun. The water was never coming from the washing machine. Okay, so let's just stop that. Apparently the water was coming from this drain. We can test that by putting the drain back into the washing machine here, and turn that back on. That seems not to be working for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna say that the problem actually was coming from over here in this pipe. So I probably should have checked that first. There was nothing wrong with the washing machine, and there was no reason to take it all apart. But hey, that's how we learn these things. So now you know how to better troubleshoot before you take your washing machine apart. Yeah, so you might remember I said I was going to replumb that drain that we had that I hooked up there just temporarily. Well, seems that, and I didn't get around to that, and seems to be that's what was leaking. So we're going to try to do this right, and we'll get back with you. Alright, well, the washer's chugging away here. I was trying to make it just fill and empty, but it won't do that now. What I did was I drilled a hole through the back wall of the laundry room, and what I did was just hook that up to some new pipe here. Again, this is temporary. I know I said I'm going to do something more permanent, but this is just to test it. You know it's temporary because the roll of duct tape is still there, and then that goes into the drain. So, and this is all, you know, I want to move the washing machine upstairs, so this has just been a big waste of time. But I'm going to tape that up, just make sure we don't have that pop off, and hopefully when this starts draining, we won't have any more leaks up here in the laundry room. Okay, I'm excited because I can see this drain hose wiggling. I feel stuff going out of it. That's a good sign. I'll look to see. I imagine we're going to have a few little leaks. No leak here. That's good. Here, we actually do not have a leak. But we do have one down here where we always did. You can't see that, but you can hear it. So I'm going to call this one a success. So we're going to call that one the, I don't know, maybe washing machine debacle. I don't know what debacle means, but it don't sound good. So as you saw, I'm just going to give this to you straight. We did a bad, by we I mean me, did a bad job of troubleshooting. Should have checked it all while it was hooked up and running. That's where you're going to see where your leak is. I wouldn't have had to take any part of the washing machine apart at all. But hey, we had some fun, and we learned some things. We learned that for at least for right now, that those 2 bolts will hold in that water pump. You don't need all 3 of them. That 3rd one was just extra in case. We learned that they put wires and stuff real close to all that water inside a washing machine. That's terrible design. I couldn't get my hands down in there. It was hard to get hold of the bolts or screws or whatever they're called to get them in there. And you had to pull on that pulley thing, and it's a bad design. I mean, they need to have people like me designing the machines if we're going to be working on them. And I can tell you, there's no room in there. I don't know who designs these, because my hands, they're not real big, but they don't fit down in those spaces. And that's why a lot of times when I'm looking for somebody to help me out, I'll look to see if there's some toddlers around, because they have small hands and they like to be helpful. And you're like, play a little game, like, hey, take this little screw and put your finger way down back in the back and feel for a hole and twist that in there and the little screw in the hole. So anyway, toddlers love that. So otherwise, they're not much use, but they do have small hands. So anyway, I am going to redo that drain probably a little bit, or at least tape it up some. The problem was somewhere in that original drain pipe, and I don't know where. I really don't, but I don't care, because I spent too much time on it. It's nearly 6 o'clock in the evening now, and I don't even know when I started on this, but I didn't intend to do this today. But the woman said she needed to do some more laundry, and I don't want to keep her from doing her housework. And I'm not saying it's the woman's work to do the housework and the man's to fix it up. That's just the way it works here, okay? Y'all divvy up your jobs however you do and you want to, and that's fine. Actually, woman's learning to do some fixing up stuff. I've been showing her how to use hole saw and drill and stuff like that, and she likes it. And yeah, I used to do my own laundry before a woman came along. I can do that. So anyway, I didn't want you to think I was all sexist or anything, because I'm not. So anyway, do your troubleshooting before you take everything apart. We learned about that pulley motor pump thing. That's down in there. So I could replace that if I needed to, because I've already taken it out. I could replace those hoses, though it doesn't seem like they'll ever go bad. What's going on? Something's happening with my phone. I don't even know if it's working or not. Anyway, seems to be fixed for now. Like I said, I'm going to move that washer and dryer, not those, but better ones, upstairs. I'm getting tired of this phone. Anyway, I was saying upstairs, I'm going to move those nicer washer dryer upstairs, and that way you don't have to go up and down the stairs when you're doing your laundry. And when I do that project, we'll let you know about that too. And I hate this phone, and if anybody has any suggestions on what I can record on that is not my phone, because this is not convenient, I don't know if I need one of those GoPros or GoAms or whatever, but I'll take your suggestions. Thank you.